Breaking. Coco Gauff dominates Wuhan quarters with majestic straight sets victory. The city of Wuhan shimmered under the late evening lights, its skyline glowing like molten gold reflected in the river. The temperature was perfect, not too hot, not too cold, and the stands were filled with energy that pulsed like a living thing. Flags waved, fans screamed, and cameras zoomed in on one face, Coco Gauff. At just 21, the American prodigy had become more than an athlete. She was an emblem of fearless youth, a beacon of modern tennis. And tonight, in the Wuhan Open quarterfinal, she stood on a precipice of another unforgettable triumph. Her opponent? The seasoned Caroline Garcia, known for her aggressive serve and surgical precision. But Coco was not here to play safe. She was here to dominate. The calm before the serve. As she bounced the bright yellow ball, the crowd hushed, her eyes focused, unyielding, locked onto the baseline. Somewhere deep inside, the rhythm of her heartbeat matched the echo of thousands waiting to exhale. "Let's go, Coco!" shouted a fan from the stands. Coco smiled softly. The confidence in her stance was unmistakable, yet there was a serenity about her, a controlled fire. She had come a long way since the days when she burst onto the Wimbledon scene at 15, defeating Venus Williams. The world had expected her to be a comet, bright, brief, and burning out fast. But instead, Coco had become a solar force, growing stronger with each orbit around the sun. Her coach, Brad Gilbert, leaned forward from the box, nodding once. It was the smallest signal, but it meant everything. The match had begun. First set, the fire within. Garcia served first, powerful and clean. Coco returned with laser precision, her movement across the baseline fluid, electric. Within the first 3 games, it was clear. This was Gauff's world, and everyone else was just visiting. The first break came at 3-2. Coco chased a deep forehand wide, sliding across the hard court, then flicked a wrist shot that danced just over the net. The ball dropped like a whisper, impossible to reach. Garcia shook her head. The crowd exploded. Coco raised her racket, slightly, acknowledging them, but her focus never broke. Her breathing was measured, her body language confident but calm. Every point she played was an art form, a blend of instinct, intelligence, and raw courage. She wasn't just hitting balls. She was telling a story with every rally. At 5-2, she unleashed an ace. Straight down the tee, 188 kilometers per hour. "Game, Gauff," the umpire called. 6-2. First set done in just 34 minutes. Between sets, the mind of a champion. During the break, Coco sat, towel draped over her shoulders. Her eyes stared into the middle distance, seeing something beyond the stadium lights. Her mind drifted to her early mornings in Delray Beach, to her father Corey's pep talks, to her mother's gentle reminders about humility. "Win with grace, lose with fire," her mom once said. And now she embodied both. Brad Gilbert approached with a calm intensity. "You're moving beautifully," he said. "She's frustrated. Keep your returns deep and watch her second serve. It's floating." Coco nodded silently, the confidence of a player who no longer doubted her place in the world. Second set, the symphony of power. Garcia tried to reset, attacking early, rushing the net. But Coco countered with precision. Her backhand, once considered a liability, had evolved into a weapon, sharp, controlled, and venomous. 3-1, then 4-2. Each rally stretched the crowd's nerves tighter. Garcia attempted a drop shot at 40-30. Coco sprinted forward, fast as lightning, and delivered a cross-court flick that kissed a line. "Point, Gauff." She clenched her fist. "Let's go." Her voice carried across the court, igniting the stands. The camera zoomed in, catching that fierce spark in her eyes, the same one that had made her an icon to millions of young athletes across the world. At 5-2, Coco served a match. 2 aces, 1 unreturnable forehand, and a final blistering backhand down the line. Game, set, and match, Gauff. 6-2, 6-2. Straight sets. Majestic, commanding, effortless. The afterglow, the applause was thunderous. Coco lifted her arms, eyes shining. She didn't celebrate wildly. Instead, She bowed her head slightly, a gesture of gratitude and humility. Garcia walked over, smiling, and gave Coco a sincere hug. "You were incredible tonight," she said softly. Coco smiled back. "You made me work for it." As she walked off the court, she waved at the crowd, her expression glowing with quiet satisfaction. The post-match interviewer approached, microphone ready. "Coco, that was one of your cleanest performances this year. What was your mindset coming into tonight?" She paused, thoughtful. "I just told myself, play free. When you play with love for the game, everything else falls into place. Tonight, I felt that freedom again." Her words echoed to the stadium, replayed on screens, and flooded across social media within seconds. #GauffMagic began trending globally, voices around the world. Within an hour, tributes poured in. Serena Williams tweeted, "The future is now. Coco Gauff, you're a force." Proud doesn't even begin to cover it. Billie Jean King posted, "Grace, grit, and greatness. Coco represents everything tennis should be." Even Naomi Osaka, who had taken a break from the tour, wrote, "I felt her energy through the screen. What a match." Meanwhile, fans from around the world shared clips of her plays, her slide into the corner, her stunning backhand down the line, the serve that sealed victory. Every motion, every glance became a symbol of modern excellence. Behind the scenes, the unseen fight. But what made Coco's triumph more beautiful wasn't just her talent. It was her resilience. A year ago, after a tough loss at the French Open, she had faced critics who questioned her mental toughness. "She's good, but not great under pressure," they said. Instead of responding online, Coco had gone silent, focusing on training, rebuilding, and rediscovering joy. She studied her weaknesses, overhauled her serve, and sharpened her tactical mind. Now in Wuhan, that hard work had come full circle. Pressure is privilege. The road ahead. Tomorrow, she would face Aryna Sabalenka in the semifinals. A brutal test of power versus precision. The media framed it as queen versus princess, but Coco laughed at the headline. "I'm not a princess," she said during the press conference. "I'm just Coco." Her humility disarmed everyone. Her confidence inspired millions. And in Wuhan, as night deepened and the lights dimmed, her story continued to unfold. A story not just of tennis, but of spirit, perseverance, and the beautiful audacity of youth. The final reflection. Coco Gauff's majestic straight sets victory wasn't just another chapter in her tennis career. It was a declaration that she belonged among the greats. That belief, resilience, and love for the game could silence every doubt. That the next generation was no longer the future. They were the present. As one commentator poetically summarized that night, Coco doesn't just play tennis. She reminds us why we fell in love with it. And as the Wuhan crowd dispersed into the warm evening air, a sense of awe lingered. They had witnessed not just a match, but a moment when Coco Gauff's light burned brighter than ever, illuminating the court, the world, and the limitless dreams of those who dare to believe. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.